Okay, so I've done a tutorial on the 3x3 and the 4x4, but not the 5x5. So for the 5x5 and the 6x6, it's about the same. The only thing that's different about the 5x5 and the 6x6 is there's just one more layer. So it's really the same process. You just kind of have to do it one more time for like fixing, putting in the correct pieces. Right now I'm going to teach you the 5x5. But 6x6, once I learned how to solve the 5x5, I could solve every cube. I've solved 10x10 just off my basic knowledge of a 5x5. All you need to learn is how to solve a 3x3, a 4x4, and a 5x5 to fully, I guess, solve any cube. Now, let's get started. So, before you watch this video, go check out my videos if you have not watched them. If you do not know how to solve a 3x3 or a 4x4, go check out my videos before you learn how to solve a 5x5 because they will not make any sense to you. So, let's get started. Let me mix it up. Basically, to solve the 5x5, it's pretty simple. It's kind of similar to the 4x4, just a little different. I'll show you why it's different. It's practically the same. So basically, this is an odd cube. In my opinion, this is easier solving than the 4x4. They're all feel the same to me, honestly. Now at this point, I've been doing them for a while now. But when you do the 5x5, you already have that set centerpiece. And what I mean by that set centerpiece is one that's directly in the center of that side. So this is the orange side, that's the blue side, that's the red side, that's the green side, that's the white side, and that's the yellow side. On a 4x4, you don't have a set centerpiece, so you have to make your own. So you have to know which order the colors go. So this one helps you out by saying, okay, this is the white side. It gives you a little spotter, like, okay, this is the white side, or this is the yellow side. Orange, red, green, and then blue. So it's already there, so it will help you out. So the first step in ever solving a cube, like when it gets in the higher cubes, like 5s and 6s and 7s, is you're gonna make lines on a different side and then you're gonna move them up here. So what I like to do is I like to make the line with the center first. So what I mean by that is, okay, look, beautiful. One right there and one right there. Now we have that line. Now we need 2 more lines. And usually what I do at this point is I'm gonna put it on my left side and then I'm gonna look at these sides. So whenever I move like this, it's not gonna mess up that. So we need another line. There's a little middle center piece, or the edge piece. Now we're gonna put one more right there. And then we can find another one real quick. I guess we don't even have to do it that way. Let's do it this way instead. So we got that piece. And then we're gonna put that in there. Now we need another corner piece right there. We're gonna rotate it up. And now we got a second line. So second line, just move it into the top. Now we have that third last line. So here's that one. Let's put it right up there, move that up there, and we'll find the other one right there on the bottom. So we just have to rotate it twice. And there you go. You have that all lined up. And now you can just put it in the top. Then usually what I like to do is I like to flip it on its bottom, put it on the bottom, and then we already have a line forming for the yellow, which is nice. So now we need 2 more. So let's start. So right there, easy. Put that one right there. Now when you put one in there, you can't just move it up, obviously, because that will mess up the white. So what you want to do is you want to move it up and then rotate it back down. There you go. You fixed your white. Now we need one last one. So that, and then we have that side right there. We can rotate that twice down. Excuse me. Now rotate it down. Now that last one is going to go right here, and there we go. Now we can't just move it in this spot because that will keep that unsolved. So what you do with this is you're going to rotate it in with already one solved side. So we're going to rotate it in, rotate it twice, and then move it down. So when you move it back down, it finishes the yellow side and fixes the white side. That's how you completely do it. Now we're gonna go to a side. You can do any color. I usually just do blue, my favorite color, so why not? So what we're gonna do next is do the exact same thing. We're gonna complete a line. So right there. And you don't have to worry about rotating anything back because you're not messing up the yellow or the white when you're messing it up like this, because they're on your left and your right side. And we're moving it this way, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move that in. I always like to have it vertical with you, because then if you move anything, it's not gonna really mess up anything. It will keep it intact if you move it. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go like this, and look, there's another one. I kind of want to mess that up for you, but you kind of get my gist. It's not that hard to figure out. So we're gonna put that in there. Now you'll see me do the last one. So we have a corner piece and we have that edge piece. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move this side up like that. But we already moved that from the line, so we're gonna want to rotate that out of the way, move that back. There you go. And now we need that last corner piece, which is right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate it that way, move this that way, so it's all lined up to go twice right there. But we moved that piece out of the way, so we're gonna want to move it back and then rotate it back so it's all lined up again. And now we can move it right into place. And that's still solved. It's always nice to check your centers that you just did to make sure they're not messed up, because when I first did this, I messed them up quite a bit, but I'm practiced it enough, so now I understand. And there you go. Now I usually like to do the red after that, and then I do blue, red, then green, then orange. So now we have the red. So same thing as usual. Red, we're gonna put an edge piece to complete that. So there we go. Now we're gonna have to, remember we solved the blue side, so we're gonna have to rotate it every time out of the way, fix the blue side back, okay? So now we have this. There's a little trick you can do. I will teach you it when we're on the last two centers, but for this I'm just gonna do the line. So we have two corners and we have an edge, so we can easily put that in. So we're gonna move that up. Remember, rotate that out of the way and move it back down so you fix your blue side. And then we have this corner piece, and then we can go and put that, rotate the opposite way, and then rotate that down so you fix all the blue sides. Now we're gonna move this in, rotate it twice because you want to fix that, move this down so you fix your blue side. Now we need this corner piece, obviously, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate that, and you know what, I could just do it this way. Rotate twice, just get it out of the way, and then rotate twice back up. So there you go. So now we need these corner pieces right there. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna rotate that, put that up, move that out of the way, bring it back down. Now we need this over here. So just move this down, rotate it out of the way, and move it back up. Now we're all set. Put this in the top where it's gonna go right here. Move it up, move it out of the way again, and then bring this back down to fix your blue side. And now we're gonna have to move it in with the same thing, because if you do it this, it's gonna mess up your blue side, so you can't do it like that. Move it in with the side that's already done, and then rotate it twice and move it down, because that puts the red side in and it puts that back into place. Now we're on the last two. The last two are tricky, but they're really not that hard. So green side, orange side. We need to get these up here, we need to get these down here. So it's a little trick. There's a trick that will help you. You're gonna put one of the pieces that needs to go here and one of the pieces that needs to go here in the same exact position. So this needs to go up here and this needs to go down here. So they're both in the same middle, how you want them. So this is in the same position as this one. So what you're gonna do with this is this little algorithm. It's a little cool algorithm. You're gonna move this down, and then you're gonna do front counterclockwise, and then you're gonna move this middle down, and then you're gonna go back and you're gonna push that up, and you're gonna go back again and you're gonna push that up. So now we only have two. So now we can do the same exact thing. This one right here, they're both right here. So let's do it with this one now. You're gonna move this down, and then you're gonna front counterclockwise, and then you're gonna move the middle layer down, and now you're gonna move it back, put that back, and then you're gonna move it back again and put it back. Sorry, I'm not saying like the algorithm names like front counterclockwise, all that stuff, because really I'll put the algorithm in my description, but watching my movements, it'll help you a lot easier. So Now there's a little trick. You guys should know this soon from the 3x3 algorithm. Soon you're gonna put this one and this one right next to each other, not in the same position. If that was in the same position, it'd be like that. So put them in the same position like that, and you're gonna do this algorithm. You're gonna move, and that's the soon, and it will complete both sides. Now you have all the centers done. Congratulations, that part's over. Now, the part you should know from the 4x4 is edge pairing, which gets annoying from time to time, I understand. But the reason the 5x5 is different with edge pairing is because there's 3 of them. So that means you can have opposite, they won't all go together. So what I mean by that is, let me find another blue one. Look how these are on the same color. So if I were to slice this over, they're not gonna be lined up, they're gonna be flipped. So in order to flip that, there's an algorithm for that. I will put it in the description. Basically what you do with this is you're gonna do this algorithm. And now it's flipped. Now you can move it over and they're gonna be lined up. And you should know from the 4x4 what you do. You just move it in the top, bring down a broken pair, and then fix your centers. Always make sure you fix your centers. I used to not fix my centers, I would forget, and it would mess me up, so it's not fun to do that. All right, we found the last white and blue, so we're gonna move it. Perfect, it's where we want it to be. So now we're just gonna slice it over because they all line up. Move it in the top, bring this down, and then fix your centers. I'm showing you the easiest beginner way. This is the way. I'm not going to do any advanced things. I'll show you an advanced things, maybe it'll help you out, but this is the easiest. If this is your first time solving the 5x5, you're going to want to do that way. And then once you get used to that, you can learn other techniques to use. I will show you one though. For example, we have 2 greens right here, which will help us out. And then we have that. Okay, this lines up, but I'm gonna flip it so they won't line up. So now we have that one right there, and then we have these 2 right here. We need that in that one. So easy. One thing you could do is move this over and then flip it on the left side. And flipping it on the left side is same thing, just opposite. And then fix your centers, and then they all line up together. So that's kind of another cool, fast trick to do it. But for right now, I'm just going to show you how to flip it and put it in the top and bring down a broken layer. Okay, so let's finish. So now we got the red and white right there. We need to flip it because they're red. You see both reds. So if you were to bring it over, it's not going to be lined up. If you see the same color on each side, they're not going to flip. So we're going to flip it. It's going to be R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. So now you see that? You see white and red. So now you know it will line up. So if we move the bottom over, it lines up. Move it in the top, bring down a broken pair, and then fix your centers. What I mean by broken pair is a pair that we have not done. So for example, if we're moving this in the top to finish it and then bring this down and fixing it, it will mess up your centers. So that's why you bring down a broken pair every time. All right, now we got to find the other red and white piece. So that should be easy. It's right there. Beautiful. So now opposite colors, it's easy to flip. The 4x4, you never had that problem because there's only 2 of them. There's 3 of them now, so that's why you have a problem with seeing if they line up. They line up, put it in the top, bring down a broken pair, and fix your centers. Always fix your centers. I'm serious, guys, it will happen. And it's very frustrating to get back to it. So now we got orange and white. There's one. They are like that. So we're gonna move that over, put it in the top, bring down a broken pair, and fix your centers. Now we gotta find that last one. There we go. Put it right there. Now we gotta flip it, or you can do that one algorithm, but we're just gonna do it the easy way. We're gonna flip it, and now it's right there and it's right there, so it's all good to go. They line up. Put it in the top, bring down a broken pair, and fix your centers. Now we're gonna do yellow and green. You see that they're across from each other, so we're gonna have to flip it because obviously they can't go together the way they are. Now that one's right there and that one's right there. Opposite colors, they will line up. As you see, they line up. So we're gonna put it in the top, bring down a broken layer, and fix your centers. Green and yellow, the last one's right there. We're gonna put it side by side next to each other. Now they're same colors, so it's not gonna line up the way you want it to. So we're gonna flip it, and now they're opposite. So now they will go together. Put it in the top, bring down a broken layer, fix your centers as always. Now we got red and yellow. Let's do red and yellow. There's a red and yellow and there's a red and yellow. They're the same colors, excuse me. So we're gonna want to flip, and then we're gonna move that over, lines up, put it in the top, bring down a broken layer, and fix your centers. Red and yellow, let's find that last piece right there. Sometimes you'll take a while looking for it. I know when I speed solve the 5x5 messes up my time every time because I gotta look and find it. But anyways, once you find it, put it side by side from each other, and these are opposite, so we can easily just go slice it over, put it in the top, bring down a broken pair. We can't bring down these because they're not broken. These are broken, so we're gonna bring them down and fix your centers. Let's do red and blue because this is a little tricky one that might confuse you guys. So red and blue, there's our last one. So what you want to do with this one is you're gonna look for an opposite color. So there's an opposite color. Slide over that one and put it in the top. Bring down that broken pair. There you go. Now you got two of them. And that one's still right there, so let's move it side by side, and they're good to go. Sometimes they might not be, so you need to flip it one more time. In this scenario, they're good, they're opposite colors, so they will match up. Put it in the top. Oh, beautiful. So when you should know this by the 4x4, there's no broken pairs. So another thing you could do is just flip it. We can fix your sentence so you don't get confused. Flip it and you'll see some broken ones. If you don't see broken ones, that means you must be on the last two. Or if you don't see any ones in the top, you will look around and you can put some in the top like that. So anyways, blue and red, opposite. Put them over, slice the edges, bring it up, remove down a broken pair, and fix your centers. Now we got blue and yellow. Let's do that one. Blue and yellow, they're both the same color, so they won't go together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it again, just like this. And now they will go together. Opposite colors, so we're gonna slice this over. They match up, put it in the top, bring down that broken pair, and fix your centers. Blue and yellow, there's a blue and the last one's right there. They're on the same side, so they won't go together. So what we need to do is to flip it. You're gonna be doing a lot of flipping, so that means you will get used to this algorithm very fast. All right, now we're gonna slice it over, put it in the top, bring down a broken layer, and fix your centers. Now we got green and orange. Let's do that since there's already two. So get them side by side like that. Now, they're on the same side again, so we gotta flip it. Now we can put it over. So now we don't want to put it up with this one because then there's no more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move it up with just one of these, and then we'll bring down the broken pair and then fix your centers. Now we got blue and orange. Let's do that one. So blue and orange, they're both opposite colors. So you also see that there's no broken pairs on either side, top or bottom. So there's three right here. So we're doing this side right here, blue and orange. So let's move this one right up here. Now we'll have one. So blue and orange, opposite colors, they're good to go, they'll line up. We're gonna move it up, rotate it, bring down the broken pair, and then fix your centers. Again, you might have to watch this video a couple times. I might be going too fast, I'm sorry about that, but watch this video a couple times, you should be good to go. All right, now we're gonna do something like this. Blue and orange. There we go. And we got a broken pair on the bottom, so we're good to go. They're both the same color, so we're gonna have to flip it, And now we'll be good to go. Now, none of the broken pairs are up here, so flip the cube, and now you'll be able to put that in. So we're gonna rotate that up, put in the broken pair, bring back the broken pair down, and fix your centers. So now we have all of them solved except 2 of them, and these 2 are right here. So when it gets like this, it could get a little tricky, but it's really not that hard. Remember that one time when we did this? We're gonna wanna flip it. We're gonna wanna move a side over. So for example, just move any side over. Move that side over, okay, now flip it. That's all you gotta do. I'm just showing you some easy ways to mess with it, then fix your centers. Now we got these. And this is what you normally would want, but you can't do that in this. It's because you're trying to solve these 2 at the same time. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to do that tricky move that I showed you in the beginning. So we're gonna flip it to where they're on the opposite sides, or the same color sides, like that. And then we're gonna do this algorithm. We're gonna move this one over, try to get them in the bottom like that, and then you're gonna do this. You're gonna flip it and then fix it. That will fix that. And sometimes it will fix this one too, but sometimes I'm glad it didn't, so I can show you. I was gonna show you anyways, but this saves me a trip. Sometimes you'll have that one edge that just doesn't fix itself. This is called a little parody. So edge parody. So what we're gonna do is simply do this. I'm gonna show you this algorithm. I will put it in the comments. What you do is you're gonna do this. You're gonna rotate this one down. Honestly, you can just do it with this. You're gonna rotate this one down, and then U2, and then that, and then F2, and then move that same side up, and then do F2, and then you're gonna do this middle right layer twice, U2, once, U2, and then down once, and then U2 and F2, and then you're gonna move it back twice and then do F2, and then that, as you see, fixes it. So we have all the edges paired. So now hard part's done. We just gotta solve it like a 3x3, and you guys should already know how to do that, so I'm not gonna walk you through that. There we go. We're gonna get our cross going. So again, just the way you're taught, however you want to do it, so you don't mess yourself up. Just do it the way you like to do it. You don't have to worry about doing it a specific way. Just do it the way you're used to doing it, so you don't mess your whole cube up, which will be a pain in the butt. I've done that many times. So I hope you guys like this video. I will put a lot of algorithms in the comments for you guys for exactly what you can run into. There is one more thing that can happen on the no, it usually doesn't happen on the 5x5. I guess it could, but I'll show you anyways. Odd cubes usually doesn't, but when you go, sometimes you'll have an edge parity, meaning like, let's say that one's flipped, so yellow's right there and yellow's right there. I can show you what it would look like real quick. So basically, don't worry about, I'm just gonna get in the position of it being, so don't copy this. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so the 5x5 I guess can't do this. Never mind, we're good. Just forget what I said right there. Okay, so yeah, just keep solving it like a 3x3. And there you go, you solved the cube. So again, once you master this down, you can do a 6x6. I could do a tutorial later, probably in a few weeks or maybe a week or something like that, but you really don't need one. It's the same thing, you're just adding another edge, which really doesn't make that much of a difference. It's about the same thing. It's just one more step, and it will take longer and more annoying putting the centers together, because there's one more. This is like a 3x3 in the center, this is a 4x4 in the center. But trust me, I didn't need any help on the 6x6 after I learned really good how to solve the 5x5. I did the 6x6 without any help, so you guys, I know you guys will be able to do it too. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I will definitely try to help you out as best as I can. All right, thanks for watching.